Hello, welcome to today's yoga education, if you will. We are going to discuss yoga props. Are they cheating? Like if you use a yoga prop such as a block, are you really getting the full benefits of the yoga practice? If this is your first time clicking on a video of mine, welcome. My name is Leslie. I am your favorite nurse yogi. I am a registered nurse by trade. I have been practicing as a registered nurse for 12 years. I also am a certified yoga instructor. I have been teaching yoga for the past 5 years. No, I do not teach in a brick and mortar studio. I teach online and I do pop-up yoga classes in person with people by myself. Like I find places around the area. I have been practicing yoga I've been practicing yoga since 2009. And one of the things that I have loved, there's so many things, but the thing we're going to focus on today are yoga props. So I'm holding a block, which is a yoga prop. I am sitting on a bolster, which is a yoga prop. This wall is also a yoga prop. And I love to say that because I feel that when we talk yoga props, I never want you to feel like you have to buy things, right? I'm pretty sure though, if you clicked this video, you most likely have one of these things. You either have a wall, you got the bolster, or you got this. I know you have one of these, especially because we are post the pandemic where we all were buying all this random stuff. So I am here to show you how to utilize what you already have to maximize your yoga experience. So we need to reframe props, right? I am looking at a script. I'm double recording, just going to be frank with you all. I'm also live on my Instagram. Same at Leslie Pittman that's here is over there. But we need to reframe yoga props. And so we're going to talk about why yoga props are not cheating. If you've ever thought using a yoga block means that you're not flexible enough, that is so not true. Okay. And this education, if you will, is for you. Props are about support, right? So right now, I don't want to be sitting on the floor completely, but I know words. Also, I feel like I'm not centered with you all, but this sitting on this bolster, for example, is supporting me. It's supporting my hips. It's allowing my hips to open up, which will help relax me, right? And a lot of women, me too, we struggle with receiving support. So that's why I like to use props, because in my yoga classes, I will say allow the floor to support you, allow the block to support you, because when you fully allow yourself to be supported by a yoga prop, you will be surprised at how it translates off the mat, right? Where then somebody may reach out and be like, hey, let me know if you need anything, which that in itself, as somebody that likes to do everything myself, I kind of clam up when people say that, because I'm like, what do you mean by that, right? So this is just a piece of advice. If somebody says, let me know if you need anything, you ask back. I know a question with a question, but just be like, what is it that you like when you're saying, let me know if you need anything, what can you offer me at this time? Because I am very stressed out. And then hopefully if that person is a supportive friend, partner, they'll be like, oh, if you want me to, buy you Uber Eats for the night because I know you said you're stressed out with work, or, oh, you need me to pick up the kids this week, specify, right? Hopefully that will create some kind of dialogue. But the only way you can get there of having that conversation is by using props. That's my whole shtick of today. So we are going to break down props. So we're going to now break down the different types of props that I have. And I'm also going to get my water because I am thirsty. Okay, so let me drink some water real quick. Okay, guys. So the first prop we are going to talk about is the yoga block. And I'm going to show you the two different sizes that I have. These are like, first off, these yoga blocks, they're like a styrofoam quality. They have a little bit of give. So you see like they have a little bit of give, like you can, all right. So this is like the yoga, a little bit of give here, right? And there's different thicknesses of yoga props. Ooh. So this is like a thicker one. I would say this is about 3-ish inches. And then there's this one that's like 2 inches. It's slightly smaller. Okay. So I prefer the thicker ones. The reason I prefer the thicker ones, I feel like it just gives me more support. Like I said, I think I said this already. These are like a styrofoam. I don't know if it's like styrofoam's a poor choice of word because styrofoam can snap like and break easily. Let me see what kind of material this is. We're actually gonna look this up. I used to yoga block material. Okay, it's either foam, cork, or wood. Right, so these are foam. I knew it was some kind of foam. I said it's foam. Which I prefer, the cork yoga block. Unfortunately, my dog ate those. I had these beautiful cork yoga blocks from my yoga mentor. Shout out to Angie Franklin, Afro Yoga. She created her own yoga prop line and yoga mats. I still have my yoga mat. I'm not sitting on it today, but the blocks were made out of cork and they're way more sturdy. So if you're somebody that's like, I need all the support, girl, I would suggest the cork yoga blocks. So with yoga blocks, I always say this in my yoga practice. I forget where I heard this because I will always say that I did not invent what I'm about to say, but yoga blocks bring the floor closer to you. So what that means is I'll show you one. And yes, I'm in my Throwsy right now. But for example, when the instructor wants you to do forward fold, right? And I didn't want to make any assumptions, but you're like, it is not in my wheelhouse today to touch the floor, right? You will use your yoga prop, right? And this is how we're going to use it. So the instructor says, make sure your feet are hip width apart. You're going to have your hands by your side, have a slight bend in your knee. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. So now instead of like clamming and your jaw and you're tensing your jaw and you're telling yourself, oh my God, I can't get to the floor. I can't. Like you're already saying all this. You don't got to worry because the floor is right here. So it makes forward fold more accessible for you, right? So that is one way that you can use a yoga prop. You do not always have to be a hero in your yoga practice. Let me say that again. You do not always have to be a hero in your yoga practice. Not every day we got to be in the headstand. And that's me saying that, right? Because I have this other prop that I'm actually looking at. I need to show you guys that actually. So we might actually go to headstand. I'm a mess. We might do that. Watch till the end. But you don't always have to be like, because I feel like yoga, especially over here in the Western side of the world, it can be very performative. And it makes sense why, right? Because like social media, it's all about performative and it's all a highlight reel, right? But real life is not always a highlight reel. Real life, sometimes you're just like, I'm just going to lay on this mat today because you created this intentional space in your home that when you lay on this mat, you know that that's going to be your time for you to relax, right? Or to create energy and heat in your body. But not every day you have to be creating energy and heat in your body. But every day you should be connecting with yourself, right? So also yoga blocks help improve your alignment. So there's certain poses like triangle pose, which we don't be doing that one, y'all, because I don't be like doing it, but I'm going to show it to you, okay? I need to start doing this pose more. It's really good for it stretches your legs, your hips, it helps open up your chest, all of that. So triangle pose, how it goes. So normally it's like this. So my left foot is turned out. My left hand is on the inside of my left foot. And then my right hand is up. Okay. And I'm looking up at my right hand. So you can try to do this. And I know I'm not wearing the best clothes for you to see the proper shape of my body, but it's like this. So if you're like, girl, like my left hand cannot get down there. Look, you bring the floor closer to you with your block and use the block to help, because what happens when you're in a pose such as triangle pose, I will tell you, for me, I tend to, because I don't be doing it as much because I don't be liking it. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but that means I need it. I once had an instructor say that they were like, if there is a pose that you do not like, you need to do that more, because that means your body, like, there's some room for opportunity. So that's triangle pose. So let's just do it on the other side. So with the other side here, what ends up happening, so my right foot is turned out, my left toes are pointing straight ahead. So then my right hand is on the inside of my right foot, okay? Fingers are pointed down, left hand is up. What tends to happen is you want to dump your upper body. So you'll notice you might be like dumping your chest forward when you have to imagine that there is like a wall. Okay, so you can't be leaning forward. Your whole body has to stay in this same plane. So with yoga, with poses, it's all about the planes that your body is in. Okay, so we have to stay in this plane, right? I can't be like leaning forward. I can't be leaning back. So if you're like noticing that you're dumping, especially like you might be curving your upper back or even dumping from your lower back, like your belly is hanging, you gotta bring that belly button towards the spine, okay? Look up at your left hand. But that's, again, where the prop comes in. So we use our yoga prop on the inside of the right foot, because now we're doing the right side. And then now you don't feel like you're dumping as much because you have support, okay? I like to show just how. Like, yes, this is more so just a talking based video. It's not an actual yoga class, but I am a kinesthetic and a visual learner. So you'll notice when watching videos with me, I'm going to be doing it and I'm going to be talking it. I am better at doing the poses than I am talking. So that's also why I'm doing this 100 days of YouTube at this time, because I need to get better with my storytelling. I need to get better with is mainly my storytelling and really talking more succinctly and not talking about everything. So that's why every day we are talking about one specific topic. Yes, I might go off, talk about some random things, but I'm always going to come back, hence why I have this script. So we talked about the yoga block, how it brings the floor closer to you. It improves alignment. It prevents collapsing in the lower back. So you saw that through triangle pose. Let's talk about the strap. Get the strap. Oh my gosh, I be cracking myself up. So this is a yoga strap, okay? You have to crack yourself up so I love the strap. And I have a entire video entire yoga class dedicated to the shoulders, because my shoulders were bothering me because I was lifting, y'all. I be doing my strength training. I be in my garage gym getting it in, and my shoulders were bothering me so bad the next day that I was like, I need to stretch my shoulders. Hell, let's make a yoga class out of it. So we did a stretch called cow face. I'm going to show it to you, like I said, because I'm kinesthetic, where I was like, oh, we should use the strap. I didn't know where the strap was. Mind you, the strap was in my desk, which is right there. But I was like kind of nervous recording, So I just forgot to do that. So, low here. I don't know if those people are still here. But okay, so with the strap, I'm going to talk about it first. So this is what mine looks like. I will try my best to leave things linked for you. Fit Lifestyle Co. That's the one I have. I got this like on Amazon, y'all. So I'll do my best to link it. But how the strap works, it's like tangled. So I want to kind of fix it. Can y'all let me fix it? Okay. So there's two loops. It's like a belt, if you had you know how you have those belts when you were a kid, or maybe you still wear them? Like, did I mess this up? Hold on. I gotta wear these glasses, y'all, because I've been straining my eyes real bad. Been on the screen a lot. Anyways, because I'm like, they keep falling. I'm not used to that. So this is the strap that helps extend your reach. It keeps your shoulders safe. It encourages patience instead of forcing flexibility. Yes, so it encourages you, you'll notice. So with cow face, and let me just double check myself before I say that. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm talking. Yep. So cow face, it looks like, there's different variations, but, okay. There's different variations, but the one that I'm going to do, and I'm not even going to use this part. Honestly, like I'm also all about alternates for yoga props. So I'm not saying buy this. You can honestly use a towel, preferably a dish rag, because a towel is a little too, actually this is really long. So yeah, you could use a towel. You could use a dish rag. A washcloth is too short. It won't give you that flexibility that you need. So yeah, towel or a dish rag are alternates if you're like, nah, I'm not buying a yoga strap at this time. So cow face looks like this. So you can be like this is how it looks, right? So you find your hands like that, and then you use your fingers, and it's like a clasp, and that's how it looks in the back, right? And then front ways, these glasses are sliding down, y'all. Front ways, okay, there we go. Front ways, I'm opening up my chest, right? So that's how cow face looks without the strap. If you have the strap, I'll show you this way because it's easier. You just drop, and you could hold like the end part if you want, and then just drop it behind you, and then you just grab it like this. So you can do like this, you see? So that is how you can use your strap in cow face. I don't know why this is called cow face, if I'm going to be honest with you all. And now I'm going to do the other side. So we were left arm, so now we're going to do right. Okay? So we're like that. Really sticking the chest up. I'm sitting on my heels. Okay? That's cow face. So that is another prop that you can use. All right. We have one more. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, hold on. Hopefully I don't knock that over. Oh, with the blocks, I forgot to mention this. So the blocks, and this is a shout out to one of my mentors. How the blocks work, there are different levels to it, literally. So this is the thicker block. I favor this thicker block, yes. But so this is height 1, if you will, level 1, right? So if you're like I said, it brings you floor closer to you. If you're like, I'm good with level 1, like, you're doing the triangle pose. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I need the floor to come a little bit closer, you can put it on level 2. So level 2 is like this way. Level 1, level 2. Level 1, level 2. Okay. Then level 3 is the highest setting on your block. Yeah, did you know these blocks have settings, like how you set a radio or whatever. I can't think of anything else or you set your thermostat in your home, right? This is the highest level. So you see how much, like now you have 1, 2, 3, you have about 4 to 5 inches this way. Okay. So you can bring the floor 5 inches up for you. You don't have to be the hero in this story today. Like we don't, we don't. So that's the highest level is level 3. Level 1 will give you about, with this thickness of block, will give you about 2.5 inches. And then level 2 will give you about 4. But you see what I'm saying? Like it gets higher and higher. So there's 3 settings on any block that you have. Okay. Bolster pillow is the final prop that I want to talk about today. I got this. When I tell you this prop, I love it. A little quick story time about how I got this prop. So in 2020, when everything was shut down, there was yoga studios around where I live that were like, listen, we got to close. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. And they sold all their stuff. So I got this bolster for like maybe $20, if that. Like I left my house. I remember like, I was like, I need this. And I use this for I sit on it. Let me just stay focused though. So the bolster can help you. It teaches you how to rest and supports you. I don't like what that script says. So one other way besides sitting on it, like I did at the beginning of this video, I want to show you actually. I will do this. You could do 2 things actually. This is a great way to open up your shoulder, like your chest. If you struggle with opening up your chest, you put the bolster at the base of your back, like at your butt, right? And then you just lean back and then make sure your shoulder blades are on the outside of the bolster. And then you can have your hands above the bolster to really open up, or you can have your hands by your sides, but I really encourage you to put your hands over the bolster and just be here, right? You could even butterfly your feet if you want to get like a full body stretch. So that's one way I use the bolster. And if you're like, what's the difference between a bolster and a pillow? There's really... it's thick. It's very thick because some people, it's very thick because some people do like firm pillows. I would say like I'm a medium soft. Like I don't like a flat pillow, but I don't like a thick pillow. This I wouldn't consider a pillow for me, but you see how it's very thick and there's a little bit of give, but not a lot. So that's one way I use it. I also like to use it in child's pose, especially when I just had I had 2 C-sections. So down here where the incision was really sensitive. So doing things even like child's pose was like, I don't want my incision to touch the mat, even though I have clothes on. If you've had a C-section, you get what I'm talking about. So this just made me feel more supported in child's pose. So you open up your feet as wide as your yoga mat, put your big toes together, and then you just stuff the bolster in between your thighs and rest your upper body on the bolster, and then your palms are down. So you see, like, again, like this is like a block, if you will. You have a good, I'm not good with math, y'all, so I'd be saying different, but like you have a good like 4 to 5 inches off of the floor. So it makes you feel more supported in child's pose. So let's close this yoga prop class with just some lessons, and say this. So the same woman who doesn't use blocks or doesn't want to use a yoga strap, they can tend to be the same women who don't want to ask for help. And again, we said this in the beginning that when you use yoga props, it can help you learn how to ask for help off of the mat. We think support means weakness. Like for whatever reason, I have to show you guys the headstand. I said, wait, I'm going to do that. We think support means weakness, and that is so far from the truth. When you are supported, you are preventing your chances of becoming even more burnt out if you are burnt out already. And you're showing, if you're a mom, you're showing your children that it's okay to ask for help, right? That we need each other, right? And yeah, so let's close with, I already did all that. I'm looking at this script. I'm like, I did that. And if you're still watching this live, it depends when you're watching it, but on Saturday is Valentine's Day, I am having a workshop with a friend. We are having a Valentine's Day self-love workshop. So I will be doing the yoga. My friend who is a self-love coach will do a self-love workshop. So that is happening on Saturday. If you want more information, let me know. Okay, so I promised headstand. I'm laughing because I'm like, oh gosh. This is the other prop. Okay, you do not need this bench. You don't need it. I got this on the Clock app. All right. If you want it, I'll try to find it. I know it's other places. But you have to make sure you're confident in what, your other stuff. Like I don't want you to just jump to this. All the poses I showed today in this video, I need you to work on those poses first before we do this. But I just want to show you guys all the yoga props that I have and how I use them. Before I get into headstand actually, I want to show you how you can actually use this yoga bench for downward dog. So downward dog is another, and I'll show you two ways. So the first way you can do downward dog, these are not the same height, but downward dog, you might be like, it's really challenging, or it's a lot on my wrists or whatever, or my hands, So you use the blocks and you just put the blocks under your hands. That is one way you can be supported in downward dog. Another way you can be supported in downward dog, if you're like, I can't get that far down, Leslie, you can use your bench. Also think of this bench as a chair. So if you have a chair that's this height, I wouldn't say a regular chair, but if you have a bench that's this height, you don't have to buy this, but just showing you, use what you have in your house for downward dog. So that's one way that I use this. I also can do things for my triceps, right? And I can go like this. Elbows are pointed back. All right. So that's another way. Now let's do the headstand. Okay. I cannot believe I'm doing this headstand in this throw Z. Okay, I hope I don't knock anything over. So take a deep breath in. Oh, it's been a minute. I can feel it. You know what I'm going to do? And I know myself. So I'm going to have to face, you're going to see my back, but I'm using two props. I'm using the wall. Remember, I mentioned the wall is a prop. And I'm using my bench because I need support. Oh, there we go. It's been a while since I did this. All right, let's come out of that. And it always cracks my back with the yoga bench. If you have one, you bought it because you saw it. Maybe you saw me doing it. You're like, I'm going to buy it because I want to work on my headstands this year. Do not drink anything before doing a headstand. I had 4 ounces of water and I felt the little bit of water about to come up. Okay. So typically you want to do your headstand first thing in the morning. Before you even wake up those kids, before you even, interact with the world. I'm serious, y'all, because you're doing an inversion, right? An inversion is when your head is below your heart, and you want to do it first thing in the morning before you drink anything. Coffee counts, water counts, don't eat anything. All right. So that wraps up today's video regarding yoga props, and let me know down below if you have any questions. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.